I don't know, am I? Probably not, honestly. I don't have an answer to the question of who am I. If you were to ask me to describe myself, I would tell you that I am 5'3", blue eyes, obviously, because this wasn't enough to tell. I am a middle child between two brothers, each 2 years apart from me. I would tell you that despite how I look, I am in fact a woman. I can tell you that no matter who I'm around, no matter the situation of what's going on, I don't change. Now I will match people's energy, but I do it in my own way, so. What was your first impression of me?
My first impression was very nerdy.
You seem very calm, a lot more collected than everyone else.
I assumed you were the president of the softball club.
You were somebody that commanded respect.
You really helped Alyssa out a lot, and I want to look, but you weren't playing, and I was a little or a junior at the time. I thought you were closer to my age.
I remember you being just kind from the start, and it was anytime I was off to the side, just by myself, kind of not knowing where I fit in, you would always make an effort to come over to me, ask what I was up to, how I was doing.
I thought that she had been playing softball her entire life, so I was intimidated.
You're kind of scary. Like just not scary, it's intimidating.
I mean, you were really, really welcoming. I feel like you were kind of one of the people that I chatted with more.
Yeah, I think it was just ooh, friendly. This is someone I can be friends with, probably. Yeah.
like a short Peter Parker, dorky ass. I remember you were talking about using your Nikon camera, and I was like, ugh, Nikon?
My first impression of you was nothing, because it was so early in the morning.
You seemed very chill. I thought you were definitely a nerd, for sure. You could just give you watch anime.
You kind of said what was on your mind, and I found that very interesting.
My first impression was that Kylie was very quiet.
A sweet kid, very shy, but friendly.
Very shy, very geeky, anime nerd, drew a lot. How has your first impression either evolved or stayed the same since we've gotten to know each other?
I'd say it stayed about the same. Nothing really changed. Just learned more about her character and just how she interacts with everything going on. So.
But you're very well spoken. Not that it was surprising or anything, but to see what kinds of things that you write, it was very interesting. And to know your interests.
I think you're a lot more fun and down to earth than I would have thought you were at first. I would have took you for a very serious and very task-oriented person. But you like to have fun, enjoy stuff, and have stuff outside of softball and school that you do.
So we've gotten to know each other. I still have a respect for you, but I think you're a nerd. You're very nerdy now, and I appreciate that because I'm very nerdy.
I've seen you get injured at practice several times, so that part was cleared up. And I've also realized that you take leadership positions really well.
Okay, so the age thing, I don't think you act young now, and I think you act sometimes older than you are. That's okay. That's okay. We love millennial humor, President.
It's definitely evolved in the sense of anytime someone is nice to me at first, I'm always cautious because I'm is this just an act? Is this just you? And it's probably not the most healthy way to think of things, but it always feels like it can be an act putting on, especially if you're a person in power because you are a board member for the team. So I was oh, it's just, are you being nice because you have to? But after knowing you, it's just genuinely who you are.
Well, I've learned that you haven't been playing softball for that long, and then I got to know more of your goofy side.
You talk a lot.
Yeah, you talk a lot, and
You're much weirder than I thought you'd be. But it's okay because I'm weird too, so we matched. It's fine.
I guess in a sense it's evolved a little. The more I've gotten to know you, the more I've gotten to know about like your life and stuff like that, and like you're a fun person, obviously, getting to know you outside of it, like softball and like being an officer and like in a sense like in an informal way. Loads of fun. I kind of knew that coming in, but
It's evolved. I hate your guts. No. I think it's pretty much stayed the same. I mean, we became really good friends. First work besties, and then you left the VMFA and left me all by my lonesome. I think it's evolved in the fact that, yeah, I think we've become closer friends, and we hang out, and yeah. I think, so my first judgment was correct, friend material.
Way dorkier than I thought. Like, I was like, oh yeah, they're cool. And they're smart too. Before they died in the war, I got back to. Yeah. Well, right off the bat, I think the Nikon thing evolved because, like, after all, we ended up using like a Nikon for my thesis, which you DP'd for. But I'd say like we've hung out a handful of times since like first meeting in digital imaging. But like, it's cool though, cause like for the longest time I knew you as like this photographer, and like we had this like professional relationship. But I say we're like friends now, right? Like we've hung out on multiple occasions, and like it was great to getting to like know you beyond like Kylie the photographer. Now I know you as like Kylie my friend, you know.
I don't know, I just feel like I've been able to see like more of your person, and so like it went from, oh, like this person's cool, to like, oh wow, Kylie is like this really cool, awesome person who's like very emotionally like aware and really has like a good head on their shoulders, and they're also like a nerd, which is cool because you wouldn't get that off first impression, but you get to know her further, and it's like, oh, you nerd. But like, that's cool.
I think it's definitely changed from a kind of acquaintance relationship to more of like a pretty close friendship. We know a lot about each other. The car rides that we've taken to games, practices, everything like that, you're definitely somebody that I confide in a lot, and I ask for a lot of advice from you, because I know you'll give it to me very straightforward. And I think you also come to me a lot for advice and stuff like that. So it's a very trusting relationship that we have now, and like I enjoy going and hanging out with you. Like when we have team bonding sessions, we usually gravitate towards one another. So it's definitely gone from, oh, this girl is weird, to, oh no, Kylie's my friend, I love Kylie. Yeah.
I feel like it kind of stayed the same, but I feel like I have a clearer understanding of you, I guess, as a person. Because like when I first met you, I didn't really know you, and I was like, ah. Okay, wait, words. I feel like I have like a clearer understanding of like where you're coming from and like things you're saying.
You've definitely changed a good bit, and you've opened up more in front of me compared to how I met you. You're definitely more outgoing. I don't know if that's just because we're comfortable together now or you've actually changed, but yeah.
Not as shy. Well, depending on what the situation is. Very determined and knows kind of what she wants, for sure. I'm like talking to you in like third person now. Very, very straightforward. Not one to shy away from telling you the truth, that's for sure.
Not as shy. Very, very vocal, very blunt. Still a geek, anime nerd through and through. Just nice, good old Kylie. Good old Kylie.